Hello, this is Princess Omnia. Welcome back to another bonus episode of Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles. Today, we're going to be focusing on quests dealing with Alcamoth and the area around it. After the events of Mechonis Core, Aerith and Alcamoth are completely infested with Telethia, and Alcamoth in particular now permanently just... well, I can even show you this. Yeah, it permanently has skip travel disabled. You cannot go to any area in there with skip travel anymore. So, let's do something about, well, maybe not that, but definitely about the Telethia. But before we handle all of that, there's something I want to take care of, rather, over here in Sartoral Marsh. So, let's see. There is a quest that I had accepted a while back, called the Imperial Ceremony. Now, the Imperial Ceremony involves another quest in which we need to gather certain specific ceremonial offerings that I regrettably failed to record myself doing. So, yeah. That's unfortunate. Anyway, the offerings, the radiants that you're looking for, are located all over Bionis. There is one here-ish in the Basin Cave in Sartoral Marsh. There's one about here-ish on Central Seal Isle. It's on the platform kind of up above where you unlocked the gate to Prison Island 1. There's one in the Ceremony Hall. No, sorry. Yeah, there's one in the Ceremony Hall in the High Entia Tomb, all the way down here. And there's one in the Sealed Tower on Valak Mountain. Now, once you've completed all of that and gotten your hands on all of the radiants, you can bring them over here, activate the ceremony, and you'll end up face-to-face with a Radiant Terrex, which, by the way, has a counter spike that applies the bind status ailment. I should be at even level with it now after all of the questing I did, just to get Colony 6 finished, but I don't know, this thing kicked my ass the last 2 times I tried to fight it, so... yeah, there's that bind spike in effect. It doesn't, like, hurt us, but I'm gonna purge it anyway, because I don't think I want to deal with the impact of the ailment on my party members' morale. That's a tension loss that I'm not a fan of. Probably could be worth my while to bring in Charla instead of Dunban, probably. Or Ryan, one of the two. Just so I don't have to deal with like ailments like Blaze or any of this. I'd like to get to the back. Start doing damage from there. Oh, that canceled Monano Purge. Whoops! Okay. Well, lesson learned. There's no topple locking in this fight, because I think the Radiant Terrex is just straight up immune to break. Like, even in chain attacks. So, no point in even bothering with that. Wow, it really goes to show you how much levels just have an impact in this game, because, like I said before, when I was lower level than what I am now, this thing beat me like a cheap drum. Anyway, for defeating the Radiant Terrex, we get the High Entia Emblem. As well as a treasure chest here. Now, if you recall, there are areas around the Bionis that we might have seen during the course of the adventure that we couldn't really access because it required some sort of like, well, it required the High Entia Emblem. God, I can't speak today. Apparently. This is what I get for saying I'm going to do it live. Anyway, these symbols that we saw around here, we needed the High Entia Emblem to be able to access any of these, but now that we do have them, we can go around and collect a few things that were otherwise inaccessible. Let's see. I believe, unless I missed it, there's an area that we could jump off at in order to collect something here. There's a door somewhere on the left, and I think I need to jump off. I just don't remember where the door is. Oh! Wait, I think I saw it. Maybe. Needless to say, viewers, I've only done the High Entia Emblem stuff once in my life, despite the fact that I played this game more than once. Oh, if you see me moving in a weird pattern, my Pro Controller's drifting like crazy. And there's not really a whole lot I can do about that right now, so it simply needs a clean, and I'm pretty sure I just jumped off at the wrong spot. Okay. Well, unlucky. This won't kill me, right?
Go on.
Yep, there it is. There it is. Okay, we made it. I was trying to get at it from up above, and I shouldn't have done that. I should have gone at it from down below. But anyway, this gets us a special High Entia chest containing a Days plus 5 gem and a grace cap. Anyway, there's more of these all around the world, so let's go take a look at some of these, shall we? Now, if you teleport off to, or not teleport, but skip travel, rather, to Soltnar Seal Island, and then jump off and head towards the southern end of Aerith Sea, you'll hit the Cromar Coast, where there's another High Entia door, so, I'm gonna need you to fast forward through this one, future me. Now, another thing you want to be cautious of, the enemies around here are in the mid-80s, so even with, like, my level, I'm still going to end up attracting their attention and having to fight them. Not that they're particularly difficult to deal with, it's just, you know, be careful if you're lower level than I am. Alright, easy enough. Nothing to worry about, ignoring the fact that we almost died. Anyway, past that unique monster over here at the Cromar Coast is another High Entia door with a High Entia treasure, giving us a High Entia back attack plus 5, and a High Entia combatant boots, and a High Entia Argos gear. Nifty. Now, there's another High Entia treasure over in this area, as well as a couple of quests that we'll be handling later. Here at the Ether Planter, we're actually not going to be at the Ether Planter for very long, but we're going towards the Hode Refuge. Oh wow, damn. You're at Shooting Stars. Nice. I love the Shooting Stars weather. It's so pretty. This area is just so pretty, though. But, you know, I feel like I've said this before during the LP. Fortunately for everyone involved, the door at the Hode Refuge is easy to get to and isn't guarded by high-level monsters. It's just right over here. And it contains Topple plus... Stop doing that. Topple plus 5, some Shade Glasses, which give agility up 5, and Argos Gauntlets for strength up 5. All of these pieces are unique gear, but some of these are actually really, really good, in terms of the gems they offer anyway. The next area we want to get to is the High Entia Tomb, which you may have noticed we haven't actually cleared out yet. Might have been something you've been thinking about for a while now, but yeah, there's areas that we haven't been able to get to in the High Entia Tomb to complete its map yet. We're going to start with the one over here in the Tower of Trials. This way. Oh, no, not that button, but this way. So I might have shown this off during the Let's Play, but there was a door somewhere around here that we couldn't quite access that led off to some place that we... Well, yeah, there was a wall we could climb that led off to a door we couldn't quite access, so... But, well, now we can. It's just over here. That jump made me spooked more than it should have. I'm not gonna lie. But anyway, yeah. We need the emblem to get across bridges like these. Which, if you remember before, Melia could access these bridges, but yeah, we also needed to open this door. And that'll lead us to... the Imperial Treasury, which is a secret area that we haven't otherwise been able to visit. There's an enemy in here. It's just a weak hover Astus, though. Which makes me wonder why they kept that there if you need to be a pretty high level just to get the emblem in the first place, but whatever. Gives us debuff resist 6, as well as Grace Gloves and Grace Shoes. Awesome. There's one more, actually, here in the High Entia Tomb. It is... in the ceremony hall. There's a good chance we won't be able to access the treasure chest in here yet, because there's a decent chance that I'm about to get my cheeks clapped by whatever's on the other side of this door. But you can actually get through here with the High Entia Emblem, which we haven't been able to do before, and access Furious Josen, a level 96 unique monster. Oh, it aggroes on sound. I can actually sneak past it if I go very, very quiet. This is the Telethia Laboratory. If you remember, there was a cutscene way earlier in the game where Lorithia was experimenting with the venom spears that the mechons got the face mechon were using against us. This is the area she was actually experimenting in, so even areas that you thought were cutscene exclusive, you can go there in this game. It's kind of neat, actually. It's also like the face repair lab in Central Factory is another one of those areas that I was like, oh, this is from the cutscene. That's nifty. I don't actually know if there's treasure in here, though. It's possible that it's just here for the area, which I think, now that we've gotten the area, I'm pretty sure that's the whole map. I'll have to double check it editing, but I'm pretty sure that's everything, so... I just, you know, it's better not to piss off Josen as much as I can avoid it. You know what I'm saying? This area is actually part of another quest that we can access now, or, well, either that or we're close to being able to access it, called Secret Research. I'm not going to cover this quest in depth, but basically you're going to have to come back here for that quest anyway, and I believe you have to defeat Furious Josen in order to complete it. Part of the reason why I'm not covering that is because the grinding that's involved in order for me to comfortably beat it is more than I'm willing to do for the purpose of this specific episode. Anyway, now that I'm done blathering and dithering around, there's one last one of these High Entia doors that's over here on Valak Mountain. We need to go to La Luz Church. It's literally just right here. There's not actually treasure in here, but there's a few collectibles that we can gather, and if we go down the hall over here... This is a long hall, wow. So, I'm realizing now, as I'm doing this, is that I don't actually think I'd done some of these in my original playthrough. Like, I don't think I ever came back to La Luz Church, for example, during my first playthrough. And during any subsequent playthrough, I never really did the High Entia Emblem things, because it was just, like, getting to the end of the game, and that was that. This is the first time I'm, like, 100%ing the game for real, so... This is a long pathway, though. Unfortunately for me, my Pro Controller drift cancels auto run, so that's unfortunate. Oh, it leads up here. That's nifty. Yeah. But, well, I knew this much already, that all that was at the end of the path for us was a heart-to-heart. And I believe there's a quest objective for a specific quest that I don't think we actually have yet, but, oh well. Yeah. Nothing we can do about that heart-to-heart yet. Eventually, I am going to grind out the heart-to-hearts, and that's going to be a fun thing to do. But I'm not going to think about that right now, because this is the Alcamoth episode. So let's Alcamoth a little bit more. So, we're going to be handling the following series of quests. I say following because they're going to show up on the screen right now in a series of those handy-dandy infographics. I believe I'm going to be covering these in this episode, but in case I miss any, I'm just putting the infographics up here just to cover my own behind. So, anyway, if you're curious as to what happened to the NPCs after the events of Mechonis Core that survived the apocalypse at Eretz, these are basically scattered around Bionis as refugees, with most of the quest givers living either at the Sororo statues or in Frontier Village. And you can talk to them there if you want. So, the first thing we're going to do is we're going to start with restoring the capital, which is going to involve us beating some Telethia. Now, from here on out, I'm going to return to post-commentary and just cover these quests sort of casual-like. I can't actually fast travel to Alcamoth, but we're going to cover these quests sort of casual-like. And if there's anything that I need to say in specifics with regards to how to complete these quests, I will do so at that time. But yeah. For restoring the Capital 1, all you really need to do is kill 5 Aora Telethia. Thing is, these things are in the high 80s and low 90s, which, while not impossible to beat, is still tough, especially if you catch one in a group. They also have a fairly nasty blowdown art that you can cut off with a well-timed chain attack once they dive down. They are all over the place in Alcamoth, but I found a lot of success on the upper levels outside the palace. Once you kill the 5th one, you'll receive a vision of a surprise quest, the Vidian Rescue Mission. We'll come back to this one later, though. For restoring the capital too, it's entirely likely that if you've kept a lot of the monster parts around after farming enemies for other quests, like I did, you'll have them already, but if you don't, the refined part M's can be found from offensive seeker and security units on the connecting bridge and the Fallen Arm, or traded from Mixik in the Hidden Village, and the new cylinders can be gotten from Azul Andos and Hover Astus in the High Entia Tomb. To complete Vidian Rescue Mission, Kaleka will direct you to grab items via the quest Broken Ether Furnace. You can find Frost Glass somewhat rarely on hard-to-reach locations on Valak Mountain, which the Definitive Edition can just point out for you. Refined Part L's are on M85 Meteor Artilleries, but trading with Natalia in the Hidden Village is just faster. Take those back to Kaleka and you'll get Broken Ether Furnace 2, which leads to a fairly well-guarded area in Alcamoth's Great Hall. You'll likely need to take out a ton of enemies on the way to get to this objective, and you'll need to take out an enemy that spawns once you fix the furnace. Do all that though, and you can head up to White Wing Palace to find Vidian. With Vidian rescued, there are a handful of quests that I had details for in the first bonus episode that you can do at the Ether Furnace. We won't be covering those here, but before I sign off, there are a couple more quests I want to take care of. Quite a few faces we met in Alcamoth were lost to us after they were turned into Telethia. A merciful end, a release from duty, and a memento of Daddy will send those folks off. You can find Galvin on Revelation Hall after fixing the Ether Furnace. When you release him, Raziel will hand you a few more to take care of around the Imperial Palace. Lacree is around the Great Hall near the teleporters in the back. Donis is in the audience chamber by the throne. Kaelin is above the Sky Terrace, and Galdo is in the Imperial Villa. Most of these are also guarded by several other high-level Telethia that you can't really just avoid either. For a memento of Daddy, you'll need to look around for an item for a tile, a family picture near the Fountain of Hope where that family used to hang around. Following collecting it, you'll be thrown into a battle with Telethia of Oloren, so bring peace to one more High Entia. those quests done, that about does it for new stuff in Alcamoth and Aerith Sea. Next time on Let's Play Xenoblade Chronicles, we're going to dive into Tephra Cave and explore some new areas in there. I'll see you guys then!